So today I'm going to look at a few different virtual speaker cabinets for my 2 Notes Captor X. So often I don't know, feel like sitting down and just trying out a few speakers just to find some interesting different sounds, and often you find stuff you wouldn't expect, and maybe it takes you somewhere creatively, so you may come up with a new part of a song or a new song. But trying out different sounds, not just always sticking with the same old, and you want the same speakers that you have at home and all that sort of stuff. Just trying out a few different things. So what I thought today is we're going to check out, this is the app controlling this, right? So this is all on that. So I've got the Bogner Shiva going out of the speaker output into that, and then out of XLR output going straight into my Audient RD44 interface and straight into Logic. So that's what you hear. There are no speakers in here. I'm using Yamaha monitors, studio monitors that I've got in my room here to hear what the sound is in the room. Let's just make some sounds and see what happens. So this is, to begin with anyway, and I got to plug in. This is to begin with anyway. A guitar I used to use all the time when I used to play gigs, more gigs, band gigs. So parts guitar, the very first parts guitar I ever put together, a Jazzmaster style guitar, with some Duncan Antiquity 1 pickups, so they're the 50 style Jazzmaster pickups, not the Antiquity 2 60 style ones. Yeah, so that's that. None of it is sort of sponsored. Mastery Bridge and Trems, all this stuff I bought. The Bogner I bought, this was given to me, but most of the cabinets you hear, well, some were given to me by 2 Notes somewhere, and so, but just in the end, listen. And it's more than anything, this video, about trying out things you wouldn't usually try out and sort of different stuff. Okay, so this, for example, it's an amp, a cabinet I just tried out not that long ago. I think for an unrelated video, different video, where I'm using the bass breaker, because the bass breaker combo comes with a V-type, Celestion V-type speaker, and the only 1x12 V-type cabinet I could find was this Suhr Bella. So it's got a V-type. But I really like it. I ended up really liking it. So this is the Bogner Shiva, and you can watch a Bogner Shiva video up here, of sort of first impressions of the Bogner Shiva. This is a clean sound on the neck pickup on the Jazzmaster, actually on the neck pickup now, and it just sounds like this. Let's go dirty channel, because even on a dirty channel, I find often smaller amps, like 1x12s and stuff, or cabinets, sorry, I shouldn't say amps, smaller cabinets, they don't have as much bottom end, they sit better in the mix. I know bottom end, people like bottom end, and it thumps and stuff, which is great in a room, but in a recording, you often get rid of that anyway. You just want the more focused sound, and I think a 1x12 often has a much more focused sound. So this is the dirty channel on a 1x12. Bit of reverb. So I think that's a great sound, 1x12. I really like this. So this is one I just wanted to start off with, because I rarely ever use it. But the ones I like, for example, I really like these mix ones. And one that I use quite a bit is called The One. Now this is based, from what I gather, at a Brunetti cabinet that has a 1x15 and a 1x12 speaker in it. So you can see that 15 is down at the bottom, the 12 is up the top. It sounds like this with the neck pickup. So the 15, lots more thump. And this is the kind of speaker, again, just muck around with different mics. The other one was almost a bit too much bottom end. like that one, Condenser's 87. Ribbon has got too much bottom end. See, Ribbon 160, for example, has bottom end, but not as much. It's a sweeter bottom end. And I've got EQ and everything off. So maybe let's move it a bit more on axis, the 57 to get more top end. So that sounds great to me. And it's the kind of stuff you wouldn't think of usually, but often that kind of stuff will fit really well into a song or into a mix anyway. So that's that one, that's one I bought ages ago and I really like. Let's try out, for example, JazzBox. This is another one, I heard about this. So this is I think a 15 and two 8-inch speakers. A single 15 and two 8-inch, yes. The Polygon, inspired Model 13 with a warehouse speaker. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they mic the 15 or the 8 or in between somewhere. Very different sound yet again. When you're doing these previews when they're not your speakers, you can only use one mic. With the two mics give you a little bit bigger sound, but still interesting. And it goes to stall mode, so it goes quiet for a few seconds when you do previews, when you check out speakers that aren't yours. But that sounds pretty good. Maybe a bit more distance. And then you stick it in a different room, like for example the loft. And then you get that. But again, interesting sort of quirky cabinet. Let's try out, for example, 6x12, right? Hot Pole Ultrabeast 612 Cream. All right, so 6x12 is this? That's Adam at Hot Pole. I think he's a bass player. 6x12 bass cabinet, but creamback? Do you get creambacks for bass? Yeah, well, let's check it out. This actually sounds much better than I expected it to sound. Maybe let's go back into Studio A so we don't have... I really like this. I think that sounds really good. I like this. See, I would have never thought of that, really, 6x12, but it sounds clean. For clean sounds, let's try when the stall mode ends, more jazzy sort of sound with the jazz switch. That's really good. That sounds really good. That's something I would have never thought of checking out if I wouldn't do these sort of just, let's go for speakers that I would usually not check out. And I think the other one by the looks of it is the same, just with vintage 30s. Sound really good. Which one would I like better? I probably prefer the creamback one to the vintage 30, but yeah, I mean, that's something I would never really usually look at, but I might end up buying this one. I really like that one. Let's try a totally opposite end of the spectrum. 1x6. Oh, so this looks like this Dan Electro amp in case where the guitar's inside and then the case is an amp. There's a whole different ball game. Maybe let's get a bit closer with that. That sounds nice. Ribbon 44A. Tube mode 87. Tub mode. Top mod? I don't know. Whatever, that one. See, again, this is the kind of sound that you may use in a particular song. It may inspire you to write a particular sound. If we go to, I don't know, chamber reverb. It may inspire you to do something. Let's check out the drive channel. See, I reckon that's also quite a good sounding thing. Just, you know, not be afraid to try stuff out. Let's go, I don't know, 1x18. I mean, that'll definitely be bass speaker, but let's try it out. It doesn't matter if it's a bass speaker. If it sounds good, it sounds good. We're back on the clean channel. Yeah. It's a really nice round bottom end. It's maybe a little fizzy. Go back to Studio A. I mean, That's not a bad sounding cabinet. I mean, in the end, it's the amp, but... let's try. What about... Let's go to a 4x8 Horseshoe. I'm guessing that's a bass speaker, maybe as well, 4x8. This amp particularly picked for short scale bass and baritone guitar. Well, let's try a lower tuned guitar with this then. So this is my Squire JMascis Jazzmaster with a tough set bridge, and you can watch a video on the tough set bridge up here. And probably one of my favorite pickups now, the Mad Love Travis Bean pickup. So this is a Travis Bean style pickup, which I think sort of super hot rodded Jazzmasters, in between that and then maybe a wide range slash also maybe P90, so somewhere in the middle of that pickup. And I did a video on that one up here as well. And it's in C standard tuning, so on the bridge pickup at the moment, the same sounds. I haven't touched the amp. That same Horseshoe speaker sounds like this. Let's go to the neck. Let's maybe up the gain a bit, just to... I think that actually sounds really good. Yeah, again, what is it, 4x8? Is it 4x8? Yeah, 4x8. You wouldn't necessarily think of trying out a 4x8. Great. I like that. The 44A. That's a bit fizzy. Oh, this is like a handset lo-fi. Drum intro and then. I don't know, I'm just playing something, but I think that ribbon, it's going red every once in a while, so I'm pushing it. So that's cool. I like that one. That's another one that, yeah, would have never thought of really checking anything like that out. But it's really cool. Okay, what about 4x15? While we're doing weird stuff. Warning. Oh, well, if it says warning then. Ha! That looks great. What is this? Made from a Warning Origin guitar. It says guitar 415. How? Wow, okay. With Celestian speakers. Again, I would have never thought of trying something, a 4x15 cabinet. But particularly for the low tuning stuff, that sounds good. I really like that with this guitar. Store mode. The neck pickup, by the way, is a Mick Brearley or Brearley guitar pickups. Just one of his standard vintage Jazzmaster style. And yeah, that's a mat. But that sounds really good. Let's try that with dirt distortion. Ribbon M77 live. I think the 57 is almost my favorite. And that ribbon, what was it? M77. Yeah, maybe that one. That. Let's check out the other warning one. There's a McKen. So that's G15 Celestian, I guess, and McKen, whatever they are. It looks exactly the same. Mackenzie speakers. Never heard of Mackenzie speakers. Guitar cabinet again, 415. The 121's, but gotta say the other one sounded better. Yeah, I prefer, out of those two, I definitely prefer that one. But see, again, it's one of those things where unless you try something out, you may not find things. Don't be too stuck in, oh, I like this, and it needs to be a 4x12 with vintage 30s, and that's it. Try a few different things. Try something other than a 4x12. Try some more 1x12s. There's some great sounding 1x12s. I don't know. Let's try. There's too many of them almost. R2D2, because why not? Oh, this looks like a Music Man amp. How about we try out the other guitar again, the normal, I mean the standard tuning guitar. Not the low tuning guitar. Let's just try this out again, just to see the difference. So this is the other Jazzmaster again, with that 1x12. I mean, let's try a few more. What about a 1x8? Because why not? Phil X Super 10.8 or 108 or 108. That looks very little. So this is of Phil X, I guess. So he probably uses that as as something if you need to double track or something like that, or you need some extra guitar parts. This may be something that just gives you a slightly different sound that sounds quite good. That actually sounds pretty good. Man, so much bottom end for a single 1x8. Purely looking at that, I haven't touched any of the enhancer, EQ, none of that stuff. This is no post EQ. This is just a guitar amp going into the Captor X and then straight into Logic. So there's so much more to it, and there's 2 microphones usually as well. But it sounds really good with just the one. Let's do one more, I reckon. Did I do the 1x6 I did? 1x10, 1x15, 1x18? Did I do that? GrindHouse? Oh yeah, I did do that one before, didn't I? Did the 6x12s, 4x15. Oh, I gotta do the Doom by Adam at Hot Pole. Oh, and it looks like the speakers are pointing towards each other. Is that what? Now what's this? It's a Hot Pole Doom. Engineered cabinet captured inspired by Psy 4x15 cab based on Sun folded 4x15 specifications outfitted with quartet of electronics, HH Electronics 15-inch drivers. We've heard one does not simply walk into Mordor. Mount Doom. So, but is this 412? No, it is 415. It says 412 HH, but it's 415. Okay. Well. Let's go back for that. One last time to the lower tuned guitar. I know, it's single coils and blah, 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 but who cares? And let's go. Dirty channel. Bogner. Missing a bit of top end to me. This is a fairly bright sort of hi-fi sounding pickup. Yes, I think something like that, right? Because you've got so much kind of bottom end and so much, it's lots of mids. It's an interesting sort of EQ spot where it sort of sits. One thing I wish they would do on these is the ability of having 2 cabinets, because I love combining 2 cabinets. But this is something, if you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments below, and I might do a video in where I turn the cabinet simulation on this off and just go into Genome. And in Genome, you can have multiple cabinets. This, for example, I mean, I think that with something like even the this, which has a lot of top end, but if you combine the two, that could sound really quite interesting, or a 1x12 with that. Anyway, I know this is kind of a long video and I ramble on and stuff, but in the end, to me, experiment with this stuff. It's there. If you're using 2-note stuff anyway, or if you use any kind of, it doesn't have to be 2 notes, any kind of load box stuff, or genome, you know, experiment with stuff. Try it, especially if you can do free trials and stuff. And the thing here, I mean, yeah, you get the silent parts, but you can even try that in your mix. It'll be silent every once in a while, but try out a few different speakers that you wouldn't usually think of trying out. Try combining things. Like when you watch any of my videos that I do with that thing on, usually, I always combine a 4x10 cabinet with a 4x12 cabinet, because I think it gives me, each of them, there's something missing, but if you put the two together, it has this lovely sound for anything from cleans to really heavy chugga stuff. When you put any of the, like the Egners on, the Engels on, if you turn any of them on in full chugga mode with low tunings, it sounds really good. The 10s give you that sort of sparkle, but also a lot of bottom end that you often may lose, and different kind of bottom end to what a 4x12 gives you. So all I'm getting at is experiment, try a few different things out, and something was funny with the USB connection. Tried a few different things. Yeah, experiment. Don't be so, I'm playing heavy music, so I have to have 4x12s. You don't. Try it 15s, try it 8s, try it 6s, because in the mix, it may actually work best. Don't look at things just specifically by what they are in relation to what you think will work. Look at it as it's a speaker. Let's try a few different speakers. Let's try bass speakers. Let's try guitar speakers. Actually, I just noticed I had it set on guitar, so technically all of these should be guitar speakers. Yeah, because I mean, once you hit bass, that's when things change completely, and you've got all the bass of 9x10. We should have tried that. Might do a separate video where I try guitar amp into bass cabinets. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to put up a playlist of all the 2-note stuff I've done here. Please check it out. Big thank you to 2 Notes for being awesome, and all you people for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.